just think that what we should seek from our political leadership is authenticity first. And then those of us in public life should just be as authentically ourselves as possible. When you betray from that, people sense it. When you try to be something you're not. And we had this conversation on the airplane. Let me just be more honest than maybe you think. We had a discussion. Well, what should you talk about? And Shmuley's like, you know, I don't mean to out you like this, Shmuley. You might want to turn off your recording device. But Shmuley's like, you know, I'm sure every politician comes before AIPAC and tells AIPAC people what they want to hear. And then they may, the next day, go and alter that for the next audience. And you know, Shmuley said to me, is what makes you special is that you are just authentically yourself. If you believe something, say it. If you don't believe it, you don't say it. But whatever you do, speak from the heart. So I think faith does have a place in the center of American life. But if it ever becomes dogmatic, judgmental, if it ever fuels bigotry of any type, anti-Semitism, racism, it's very dangerous. But if it comes with the humility to understand, and religion should be about humility. God forbid, anybody who thinks they got it all figured out, to me, is fooling themselves and in danger of persecuting others. As long as it comes with the humility and authenticity, I have no fear about bringing that in. And some of our founding fathers, who were many of them were deists, brought it into the fundamentals of our faith and of our civic society. And I think that's okay. Go in the back, sir.
I think we all hear what we hear through the lens of our own personal perspective, and I was moved, as I think was everyone this morning, by your remarks, but I heard you, I believe I heard you, and I would like you to address this, say that Israel's survival alone is not enough, but that Israel's survival is something aspirational, is something greater than perhaps the current reality, is also a challenge for us, for the Jewish community, for supporters of Israel, for all people. I'd love for you, if in fact that is what I heard you say, I'd love for you to address more, perhaps in detail, briefly. If
Sure.
can.
You might not like. Right. You might not like what I have to say.
I think I will like what you have to
Well,
say. That's why I want to hear it.
So some people might not like. I'm sorry. I hate to put more weight on Jewish people, but I really do believe that Jews are called to something different than your regular democracy. Norwegians are not called to the same thing that Israelis are. I'm sorry. To me, I think Israel was founded with a larger purpose in mind, which was not just its own security. And again, this is the conversation we're on the plane. We all should have been on the plane. Everybody wants to go home with the plane. Conversation. But Letitia's plane, Air Andy, as I say. But look, you know, I meet Jews or blacks. If you're just going to define yourself based upon oppression, if you're just going to define yourself based on slavery, if you're just going to define yourself based on racism, how you are shrinking. And in many ways, you're giving up your power. You're letting the enemy define you, as opposed to you asserting who you are. Look, I believe blacks are called in this country. We've been the conscience of this nation from its very beginning. King said it more eloquently. He said that you can always find out the state of our American democracy by looking at the state of African Americans. And so we as a people, African Americans, and by the way, so many, you can go start from abolitionist movement all the way to current day, righteous whites who were with African Americans in all their fights, but called to the conscience of this nation, demanded that this nation fulfill what it proclaimed to be, that you will be the land of the free and home of the brave, that you will be the place that manifests justice. Well, in many ways, the Jewish calling is even further and deeper historically than that. So I look to Israel as a place, and I'm sorry, don't be sorry, okay? I just know that some people may be offended. If you talk to a room of Jews and blacks, people may get offended at something. So look, there's a very, very, very important fact that I believe democracies should survive. I'm a proponent of democracy. So you have one democracy in the Middle East, no matter what. I don't care if it was Israel, or if you pick up South Korea and places in Taiwan. We give tremendous help to Taiwan because it's a democracy. So let's understand that all of us, we are committed to preserving democracy in our time. But I'm sorry, I look at Israel and I expect more, I'm demanding more, and I feel a spiritual truth that Israel is capable of so much more. And it must be, and I believe it is already, by the way, I believe it is already, it must be what was called by Isaiah light of the nations. And the beauty, and this is why I talk to young Jewish audiences, which I often do, because often tend to find your own faith dogmatic when you're growing up and want to turn away from it. But the way I studied Judaism, it flowered within me this larger understanding of the true calling of humanity. And I think that Israel has a role to play on our globe to create the kind of justice and truth that's necessary to save humanity. We have, and I love some of the comments before I came on, from the continent of Africa, South America, India. We are humans. We must be touched by the injustice that's going on now. And how many faiths are there that in the very fundamental fiber of that faith is a demand that we must do justice, that we must tikkun along. And this is the power of, I mean, I can quote so many of the Jewish texts that talk about that as the central purpose of Judaism, not to protect Jews. It's the central purpose of Judaism is to create a just world.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have two questions that are somewhat related. Those of us who are here from Chicago remember very well the Reverend Wright Obama thing and the whole conversation around liberation theology on one hand. On the other hand, McCain radicalizing his election, his candidacy with Palin. So as Jews, if we're voting on, we vote on many different issues, but here we're in AIPAC. So let's say we're voting on this one issue, which is Israel. We have Obama who is untested in the Israel. We have McCain who's tested but has sort of radicalized himself with his ticket. What's your take on this election in terms of the Israel issue?
I think that we made a mistake if we think that the security of Israel is going to lie within one of these two men alone. And I think both of those men, thanks to AIPAC, are going to assume the presidency at a time that they are not going to deviate from the course that the United States has set for the last 5 or 10 years. I'm a fearsome abominator. Used to be an abomination. But I'm telling you, rock and roll. See, you get me started, I can't stop. But let's look. I was on Fox and Friends during the convention, and they were trying to say something about a nuclear Iran, and I said, stop for a second. I said, there is not a senator there, right or left. Let's stop this childishness. That doesn't see a nuclear Iran as one of the greatest threats to peace in the globe. So I think that the time to prepare for war is during peace. And AIPAC has done, and I'm not saying that your work is done. They need to stay forever vigilant. There's much more work to do. But AIPAC, as well as others, have created an environment in the United States that either one of these men is elected president, they're gonna be good on Israel. Now, which one will be better? I don't know. But I do know my fears of Israeli security, I don't project onto either. None of those fears are manifest in either of these individuals. Yes, in the way back. I have in basketball. It's hard for me to go left, but I'm going to try. Yes.
I want to take you back to Newark.
Yes. So does my staff.
I recently read an article about the police department volunteering Erev Rosh Hashanah to guard the Jewish cemeteries in Newark, so that people could come and visit the graves of their relatives. And I was curious about how that process came into being. Did someone make a request? How exactly did that evolve?
Look, the Jewish diaspora from Newark, probably one of the strongest Jewish diasporas in the United States. Newark has been historically a Jewish city. And the Week Alumni Association, for example, moves me in how they are resonating with the spirits and values of Judaism as they provide hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of scholarships for Week children there now. Most of them are black. The Jewish cemeteries in Newark are in very bad condition. And I've been seeking help from philanthropists, and I've got one on the line right now, to come in and help us do something with those cemeteries because they are not being upheld in a way that's honorable. But the good news is that I, as mayor, have to get involved in a lot of things. But when it came to the security of the Jewish folks who are coming back to Newark to visit relatives, I didn't have to get involved at all. There's still a great network between the police department, various police officers, and Jewish leaders around Essex